There we go. Oh, wow, what they did with this is incredible. So this is like the general, like, final, like, finale theme. Oh, yeah, wow. Yeah, I just want to listen to how they handled that part of the song. Yeah, this also plays in Advance Wars 2 for the last few missions. This is like the only time it plays in Advance Wars 1, but holy crap did they do a good job on the remix. Anyway, welcome back to Advance Wars 1+2 Reboot Camp. Now we are face to face with Creepy Guy, the real Creepy Guy.
My name is Sturm.
That voice performance right there, it kind of sells how I always pictured this guy. To use a TV trope again, I picture this guy as being a cold ham. Somebody who rarely gets extremely, like, loud, but still has their dialogue dripping with hamminess regardless.
Of course.
You've made one stupid mistake after another. Did you imagine yourself a match for me? You conceited fool.
Full line was voiced, wow. Of course, then it just switches to ugh. Well, that's all. So now it is time for... I kind of wish it ended on mission 25 rather than 24, but I guess if you count field training, this is going to be part 25 of this series. So, the final battle, the fate of Cosmoland, hangs in the balance. 40 cities, 9 bases, 5 airports, no ports. So, yes, you are stuck using Andy as your first character slot here. And in the original, only Andy's power and technique scores counted, so good luck S-ranking this in the original game. Because Andy's role in this mission is pretty much just to get slaughtered, while the others, eventually come in and finish things. But in the original, who you had for each side was based on what you did in the various route splits. I've already covered how you would get all of the COs in this mission before, so I was originally going to go with Olaf for player 2. Just 1 to slow down Sturm with snow, and 2 to kind of be a bit of a bridge between Olaf's characterization in the first game and in the second game as sort of a redemption arc for him. But I think I actually have a different idea now. Because in the original, Kanbei, Drake, Eagle, and Sammy all had the player 3 slots. But with your characters being selectable in the remake, it's possible to use both Kanbei and Eagle at the same time. I really want to use Eagle here. I know he's kind of the person that everybody uses. Drake is actually not bad for this, even though there are no ports. He starts with a lot of tanks, and Squall can actually do quite good, and it can cut into Sturm's funds a lot. Grid is weirdly considered quite bad on this map, even though in Advance Wars 2, Grid is excellent for most of the final missions. It's just, things are a little different here. Olaf's main downside is, even though snow will slow down Sturm, it will slow down Andy and the other ally as well. Olaf is not a team player, that's a big weakness of his, but it only comes into play in team maps. Max is generally considered one of the best options here. As always, Max versus Sturm is amazing. Sammy's not great here. She can kind of make a double time push for the HQ if you want, but she is still not amazing. So, who I think I'm going to be going with is Kanbei and Eagle. And really, I think Kanbei going to rescue his daughter makes perfect sense. And by threatening Sonya, oh boy, Sturm, he does not realize what he's gotten himself into.
Behold Kanbei's power! All right.
Okay, I do kind of wish they'd use the final battle theme from, like, intro theme from Advance Wars 2, but oh well. Can't have it all. Things look overcast, too.
No. He sounds like a grade A jerk.
This isn't some war game. Oh, the irony.
Sonya.
Oh, I'm guessing she addresses everyone with something unique for this map. That's cool.
Oh, man.
Oh. No.
So that is the face of our enemy. Hideous.
Yes.
Yeah, that happens in the original too.
Wah!
And so here we have Andy in the center, Kanbei with a whole heap of medium tanks and anti-air and tanks down here. He has bases of his own though, so his weakness comes into play. Originally, Kanbei would only be on this side, but if you choose your COs this way, Kanbei takes the left-hand slot. And finally, we have Eagle with copters, only one bomber, some tanks and anti-air, and a single infantry, though he can make more. Eagle has an airport within capturing distance. He kind of needs to get that. Kanbei as well has a base and an airport within capturing distance. Eagle's base is a little further up. Andy should probably try and secure these things, though this airport right here, yeah, on that note, Andy, you know, finally having to realize what an airport is for once. There is actually a silly strategy that you can do on this map, and it involves letting Sturm take this airport and then leaving one of your missiles in attack range of it. What that means is that he will waste his funds building units from this airport only for them to be instantly shot down by your missiles, and then the process will repeat the next turn. On hard mode, this is a strategy that I definitely recommend, but as we can see... yeah. This mission is not exactly, like, super complicated. It's basically just a big drawn-out slugfest. Sturm has 28,000 income per turn. So he has all these units to begin with, he'll be building way more, he already has quite a bit of an air armada facing both people, and Kanbei only has anti-airs to deal with those bombers. But... yeah, it's just us against him. Oh, and he has one more thing on his side. Remember when I said that it was a mercy last time that Sturm couldn't use his power? Well, he can use his power now, so Meteor Strike. The only saving grace is that it has a 5-block charge time, the slowest in the game next to Lightning Drive and Morale Boost, so that means that 3 of us here have slowest power meters. But it's worth the cost, and he'll get it fast with those starting fighters and bombers. When Sturm uses Meteor Strike, he summons a Meteor. The Meteor hits in, I believe, a 4x4 diamond, so I think, like, essentially imagine this APC to this copter, and all the way to this other copter, I think. Might be smaller than that, but basically it hits in a 4x4 diamond, and everything that gets hit by the Meteor loses 8 HP, so it's effectively rendered useless. And the Meteor cannot be controlled, even if you're playing as Sturm in War Room or Versus. The Meteor typically targets the most expensive clump of units it can find, but it also has other AIs where it can end up targeting the biggest clump of indirects it can see, because it counts them as costing double. And I think there's a third behavior where it just simply targets the biggest clump of units it can find in general. But that is Meteor Strike. Now, I believe in Advance Wars 2, Meteor Strike also gives Sturm more firepower and defense. It doesn't do that in 1, so, be thankful for that, but it's still, like, one of the best powers in the game next to Lightning Drive. So, even with the minus defense, Sturm is horrifying. And I have some anti-air stuff. He's got bombers right then. It's just a question of how far forward I move my anti-air and stuff, because these tanks are going to also be on me quite quickly. I think I probably should hold these things back. Yeah, I'll need the medium tanks to deal with the tanks as they come forward. I don't really know what these copters are going to do. They might just have to, I don't want them to get hit by Sturm's fighters. They might just have to basically stall the tanks. And okay, I do probably need to get on capturing those cities, but it's entirely possible that Kanbei might need them more. Because, you know, as they say, Kanbei must have bases too! Speaking of which...
My precious daughter Sonia, I will protect you with my life.
I do like how we've got kind of final battle quotes here. Oh yeah, by the way, you can actually zoom out the whole map here, which might actually be useful. I forgot to show the zoom before. Okay, so those bombers can reach. They unfortunately have those bases covered. Yeah, I kind of like this middle zoom. It's a bit more of a happy medium. Just gotta make sure that I protect my anti-airs. Not really sure where the bombers are gonna end up going. Also, we just have this random recon here. I don't know how useful it's gonna be. I know that in hard mode, Sturm has a giant bunch of mechs up near the front as well. And here we start seeing Kanbei's deployment costs. Now, I do know that eventually somebody is going to have to start spamming mechs, because that's kind of a not terrible way to to lure the Meteor. You can't really delay the Meteor.
This is getting interesting. I was losing my edge fighting that clone.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much what he said originally. That's cool. And again, I'm pretty sure a couple of these bombers are within range of, yeah, I do need to make sure I get that airport, and I probably need to make sure this infantry doesn't die. However, as long as I keep my fighters out of his fighter range, yeah, just don't want to advance too far beyond this one mountain that's next to the city. If my fighters hit his first, then I'm pretty good. Only one bomber is unfortunate, though. In fact, this bomber's probably gonna have to go over here and help Andy, now I think about it, because I just don't really see it really doing much around here, and it's just gonna be fighter bait otherwise. Again, these copters, I kind of feel like the copters should help Andy right now. Medium tanks, though, will need to just be a little cautious here. One kind of hilarious thing about this, I remember reading a very old walkthrough, like of Advance Wars 1. I think Sturm's gonna speak here, so I'm gonna go quiet for a second.
Those fools.
Huh. I guess that's actually a hint as to how you're supposed to avoid the Meteor, is to try and spread out. Because if you bunch up your troops, it's gonna hit your huge clusters, and then you're gonna get wrecked. So it is kind of cool there's like a bit of a subtle gameplay hint there. But yeah, that really old, like, game FAQs walkthrough that I was reading, it talked about, like, how, like, what are, like, what strategies work for, like, each of the CO options on either front. And for Eagle, all it said was lightning strike medium tanks. You fighters are actually kind of smart. Well, that one isn't. Yeah, the question here is whether Eagle goes for the fighters or the bombers with his own fighters, but I've actually got a couple of fighters in anti-air range, so maybe he should go for the bombers. I don't like the fact that, oh, he went for just infantry. That means that his income is going to be immense next turn. Like, okay, the one slight upside here is that in Advance Wars 1, the most expensive and strongest unit you can get out of a base is a medium tank, so as long as Sturm doesn't get any airports, then he's not really going to be able to deploy any ridiculous units. Now, if this was Advance Wars 2, Sturm could potentially get Neo-tanks, and that would be terrifying. Speaking of terrifying, though, yeah, I can't really get my copters in yet because these anti-air are protecting the tanks. It's kind of a good strategy overall, is to, yeah, protect your protect your tanks with anti-air, because that protects them from copters. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So, here's the problem. I'm gonna start hitting his bombers and fighters now, which means we're probably getting hit by meteors soon. So, I need to just be very, very careful here. I'm gonna... Okay, I think I should play this turn assuming that he's gonna get Meteor Strike. Because, like, that one bomber is already 2 blocks of the way to getting Meteor Strike. Yeah. Right, yeah. He is absolutely getting Meteor Strike this turn. So, I've gotta, again, be careful. Like, this guy can ferry himself down here to grab a few of these cities, but again, I do really think that Kanbei probably needs them more. Andy's, like, as I've said, Andy's main role in this mission is to kind of be a bit of a punching bag. He's not really going to do a whole lot. In the original, again, only his power and technique scores counted, so that actually could... Gotta make sure this tank can't reach my missiles, though. Right now, it can't really do a whole lot. Fortunately, these 2 medium tanks are kind of going to be delaying tactics right now. I wonder if I... Because this ABC is just going to die if I leave it there, so I wonder if I can potentially get a copter in here, so it won't get hit by anti-air. And this other anti-air... I think this other anti-air is going to be better suited around... Yeah, I kind of need them both to be a little centralized. And now do I need more anti-air, or should I just get more tanks, or should I even get artillery? I actually have enough to afford 2 artillery right now, and given that Andy is kind of going to have to play this very defensive for the first few turns, I think I'm going to actually splurge for the artillery. Okay, these guys are just going to slowly make their way down here, but here's the problem, okay? We're going to get Meteor this turn, and that means that we need to spread the F out. I feel like that was something that's, like, a strategy in a certain game that I remember reading about in, like, a walkthrough, spread the F out, but I forget exactly, like, what it was referring to. But yeah, that's 3 bombers down. I've said before in, like, the Eagle missions, but one of the ways that Advance Wars' campaign maps kind of, force some difficulty on you is the fact that they give your opponents a lot of expensive pre-deployed units. These copters are dying to the fighters. Dang it. That's unfortunate. Kind of forgot about that. They give your opponents a lot of expensive pre-deployed units so that their power meter charges up very quickly. This recon will just go nep. Yeah, right now, I believe Kanbei's units are counted as more expensive for the purposes of the Meteor. So, what I'm kind of trying to do here is... Yeah, this is the problem with Meteor Strike. It kind of forces you to... Yeah. Just completely abandon your attack, plans and just scamper all over the place with your units. If I put one of them down there... Like, the general idea is I just don't want all the medium tanks to get hit at once. But if I put that there, they're probably going to get... See, this medium tank can't really go many good places without potentially getting hit in the face with a big meteor. Maybe he can go down here? And, oh, the meteor will probably land there if I build a whole bunch of units with Kanbei. Is that what I want, or is that what I don't want? Because you actually couldn't do this with Kanbei in the original, because he always started on the right-hand front. Okay. Okay. This might mean that Kanbei ends up Meteor bait this turn, but okay, here we go. Eagle is going to strike these fighters right here. And yeah, once again, remember that Sturm in the first game does have that minus 20% defense, so, yeah, he hits you hard, but you can also hit him back hard. And it also means that his bombers and stuff are very likely to get one-shotted by Eagle's fighters. Now, the thing is, though, I also do have to spread the F out a little bit with Eagle, because I don't, like, the main, like, theme for me when it comes to Sturm missions is I generally really don't want Eagle's bombers to get hit, Generally, everybody has to make a gigantic distraction just to make sure that Eagle's bombers don't get hit by meteors, because if Eagle's bombers get hit by meteors, they're generally what your entire plan relies on. But they are a very juicy target because they're worth 22,000 alone. Aha, that anti-air can strike above that bomber, so... But if I clump the fighters, they're probably going to get meteored. So I'd say the question is, do I really need, like, the fighters later on? But nah, I definitely do. The question is, do I conserve the fighter or do I not? If I put you there, the chances of this group getting meteored... Like, I could even, like, try and do some mental maths on, like, unit prices, but at the same time, it's not 100%, reliable, because the Meteor, I think if they kept it faithful, does have different AIs to it that can potentially end up happening randomly. Okay, again, Eagle Bomber. There are not a whole ton of places this Eagle Bomber can go without risking getting hit in the face by meteors. I'll put you here for now. And yeah, these copters kind of need to stay away from Andy right now, because I don't want Andy to get meteored. I mean, honestly, if Andy does get meteored, it's not horrible, but like, if Andy does get meteored, I don't want him to drag the Eagle down with him, essentially. Again, Sturm just kind of forces you to go wee, and then just run all of your units away from each other. Fighter. What are you gonna do, Fighter? Okay, Fighter, just head, like, here, I guess? So I suppose it all comes down to where the Meteor hits. In fact, I wouldn't mind it hitting both these medium tanks, but I don't think that's gonna end up happening. So, let's go more stuff. Like, I might need some tanks eventually, but yeah, I'll get a couple of those. Uh-oh, here it comes!
Such power. Meteor strike.
So where's it going? Yep, Andy's getting hit. I kind of had a feeling. I do love how the screen just goes white there. Okay, it didn't hit the missile or the artillery. That's not horrible. And of course, his theme now gets even more intense. Oh, he does have airports. I actually didn't notice those. Also, this thing's probably getting one-shotted. Yep, sorry, Andy. Unfortunately, the damage you take from Meteor Strike does not charge your power meter at all, so that is another huge issue. But yeah, Sturm can easily rush in and mop up your units. It's just like a regular passenger jet out there in the background. But yeah, this is another reason why, yeah, maybe letting Sturm get this airport might not be a bad idea. But again, in the in hard mode, there are a whole ton of mechs right near those bridges, so it's more likely that he's gonna potentially get that airport. But thankfully, none of Eagle's fighters got hit, so they can go in and... Oh, wow, the black hole copters also look really cool, but yeah, lost that medium tank. But yeah, Andy's losses, if I end this mission with Eagle or Kanbei, do not count towards technique, so unfortunately we can kind of... As long as Andy doesn't actually outright lose, because I'm pretty sure if this works the same way it does in Advance Wars 2's final battle, if any of your armies get wiped out, you lose immediately. I feel like sometimes in Reboot Camp you actually see the missiles fly off of them, and other times they shoot the missiles that aren't visible to the camera. Okay, yeah. Oh, and he got missiles and rockets too. Breaking into that base is gonna be brutal. But right then. Let me just see. Okay. Maybe the Meteor does actually raise his attack and defense now. Interesting. I forget whether it did that in the original or not, but now that he's actually used his power, there is no reason for me not to explode his units. Question is, though... that can't quite reach. I was a little cautious with Eagle's placement there, but at the same time, kind of necessary. See, do I oh, no, if I don't get rid of those fighters, then Eagle's bomber is in trouble, so I kind of need to. But again, I do have the artillery still, so that's one thing. Oh, hey, we can actually see the Orange Star HQ. Usually, if you see, like, if you actually have, like, an HQ being the focus of battles, it generally means something bad's happening. But, okay, then, you hop in that. I just kind of want to put things where they won't die. I am barely off getting a battlecopter, literally because of this one infantry. That is annoying. Because, yeah, Sturm is, kind of plowing into me right now, so I need to focus up on some defenses. I can only really get one tank. I can get, like, 2 mechs and infantry that's unfortunately probably just gonna die. I can get a little bit of a hit on one of those, although I feel like the anti-air will probably die in retaliation if I do that. Because, yeah, with Andy, you don't want to throw away your units, because they can always come back later with hyper repair. Now, Kanbei did not get hit by that meteor at all, so that is cool. The problem is we've got these mountains separating the Kanbei's anti-airs from what I actually want them to hit. Yeah, and this is kind of the point where, like, if you have Grit, he has a whole bunch of artillery and rockets, and it's just going to take them forever to actually get somewhere useful. The fact that Kanbei's already advanced this far into the map is a little promising, but I don't want to count on it. I love Kanbei's theme so much. Kanbei. Sorry. Anyway, that is what I used to do as a kid. I do want him to get that, though, at some point. Maybe I do need an APC. Yeah, Kanbei's APCs are exactly 2,000 more expensive than normal. I like it when his prices just add up just right like that. Look how expensive his rockets are, though. I actually am going to grab an APC right now. Oh, that's really cool. I like the way that his theme sounds in a base. And now, it is time for Eagle to avenge his rival. Eagle is like, nobody destroys Andy's army but me. Yeah, I'm really sorry, anti-air. I kind of need to kill these copters. Yeah, in general, after he uses Meteor Strike, I mean, this is true of, like, every enemy in this game, but, like, in general, you really, really, really want to go to town on Sturm after he uses Meteor Strike, because it's the only time you get to hit him without charging up another Meteor Strike. So that is, yep, generally what you want to do here. See, I'm almost wondering, like, because I forgot that Meteor Strike actually raises his units, like, attack and defense, not defense, but that it actually raises his units' attack, it raises their defense as well in Black Hole Rising, so that's a thing. I mean, I kind of spoiled there that Sturm's going to be in Black Hole Rising, but I mean, yeah, I mean, that's kind of to be expected. Fighters. Oh, those guys are going to get repaired. Oh, and he got another bomber. That's annoying. I wonder if I should actually just have this guy run around and try and kill some of them before they get repaired. I mean, if they get repaired, they are going to be wasting Sturm's funds a little bit, but... Where are his... Okay, he has a whole ton of anti-air, but here's the thing. Fighters are very good at not getting hit by anti-air. Uh-oh. But I don't want to... Okay, this copter's going to go, like, here and get protected. This copter's going to... I mean, this guy is going to be able to reach a lot of things. But, like, I kind of want to... I don't like sacrificing these copters, but I may have to, because... Is there anywhere this bomber can go? Oh, it can go here. Although, it means that if Sturm moves his unit smartly and breaks through, then the fighter might be able to hit. I think Sturm moves, like... I've already forgotten, but I think he seems to move his fighters first, though. Now, I wonder if I should be getting some... Nah, the APCs aren't going to change when I get that airport. I'm going to get that in, like, 3 turns anyway, so... I mean, I could do that, but that's throwing away the fighter. Again, I was wondering if I should... Or if I should, like, let them repair. Because that'll lock down his airports for a few turns if I let those things repair. But I guess I can kind of kill off this bomber. Now, like, the S-rank turns for this mission, it's only, like, 14, which seems kind of low, but you do have 3 different armies. So I guess that makes sense. And yeah, that's what I was kind of hoping he would do, because that is going to occupy his... Oh, he does move his tanks first. That's going to occupy one of his airports. I guess he doesn't really have, like, a specific unit type order, because he moved one of his fighters, but not the other fighter. He is already completely on me. Oh, boy, yeah. Casually doing that much damage to a unit that was on defensive terrain, because Sturm... Oh, okay. Well, you blocked off the fighter from hitting the bomber, but, well, we'll see. We'll see. If he can somehow kill the artillery, he may be able to hit the bomber. I'm mostly just putting these mechs here to kind of act like a wall, but yeah, one shot because Sturm. Yeah, plus 10% firepower is not something that you feel that often, but plus 20% firepower, you really feel that. It means that Sturm can get a lot of one-shots, especially on terrain, that most other people wouldn't be able to. Like, plus 20% is, I think, like, essentially, like, that is Advance Wars 2 max on his direct units, on everything, which really says something. Okay, so Andy's getting pounded here, but in a way, I'm more okay with that, because Eagle's looking pretty unscathed, right? Well, I shouldn't have said that. I should not have said that. Eagle's looking pretty unscathed right now. He might be getting Lightning Drive. I don't even know if I should save it, or if I should actually just go all in. Because Lightning Driving with this bomber and 2 healthy fighters might actually be fun. Now, here's the thing, though. The initial onslaught is almost over, and I'm totally fine with that, because I think you're in missile range. Yeah, no, wait, you're not in missile range, because the missile's dead. Oh, there's bomber number 2. Thing is, though, he doesn't have any anti-air around there. Oh, wait, he does have a missile. Now he has bomber number 3. Oh, I have hyper repair. I mean, it's better than nothing. It's better than nothing.
There's no way I'm losing to Sturm.
Okay, finally Andy does have a unique power quote. But I mean, it just kind of sums up how just about every player in the world feels in these missions, because, yeah, Sturm is ridiculous. See, that fighter is... I should probably kill that with Eagle's fighter, so let's focus on the copter, which I'll be doing a lot of damage to. Sweet Rave Party! Activates! Yes, now we know that the clone is, definitely not the true Andy, for he does not have the true power of the Sweet Rave Party. That anti-air is like run on my HQ. I think the other reason why Sturm has a whole bunch of mechs at the start in hard mode is because your HQ is actually being threatened. Like, at this point, the only real threat to Andy right now is, getting all his units wiped out, which could happen. It could definitely happen. And I'm not really base blocking the whole time. I do think... I mean, it's like, honestly, by the time Kanbei actually gets units, they're probably not, like, are going to be too far to really affect things, but... I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I suppose I can let Andy have one thing. Meanwhile, this infantry is just going to run away, and this APC is just going to go, whee! As long as he can't get my HQ, then he cannot, well, then Andy cannot lose to Sturm. I do not like putting you on a... Yeah, I probably should. Like, as tempting as it is to damage that tank on the road, I kind of don't want to expose this mech to death. And you're always exposed to death when you're going up against Sturm. Because that's just, like, he is basically death incarnate for the most part. Right. Okay, I only have... I kind of feel like I need more anti-airs, but at the same time, like, at this point... I mean, he has kind of too many anti... The other thing I need to worry about, though, is Andy's units blocking off Eagle from doing stuff. Yeah, 3, 6, 9... Andy's just playing mega defensive right now. Since, you know, Sturm's units are already all over his base, I don't even need to worry about, like, the low movement of mechs. Like, this is kind of why I like mechs. I like them as defensive units rather than offensive ones. Okay... If I had loaded the infantry, no, I wouldn't have quite been in range of that base anyway. Yeah, you're gonna go here. So yeah, Kanbei is looking pretty unscathed right now, which is good. I suppose Kanbei's... Yeah, that's equal damage. That's kind of cool. I didn't realize that. But yeah, I suppose Kanbei is... His recon might be useful against these rockets. We haven't really seen Gold Comet recons do a whole lot. These just kind of goofy looking turrets on top of them. Green Earth recons, though, look very cool. You don't really see them in a lot of the Advance Wars 1 missions because, they tend not to give Green Earth a lot of, like, low-tier units, because Green Earth is a very in-game faction in this game, but, what's also interesting is that, without the ridiculously long 15-mission tutorial, I kind of just realized this, you never see Blue Moon fighters and bombers in the Advance Wars 1 campaign. Like, they never give Olaf or Grit fighters and bombers. It's kind of interesting that way, because the Blue Moon fighters actually look pretty cool, and their bombers are all right looking too. And, like, their battlecopters, I mean, I think you do see their battlecopters a couple of times. Do I need more? I think I do need more tanks with Kanbei. I still used to call him Caneby. Although, hang on a moment. Wait a minute. Oh, it's kind of heartwarming for Nell there, but what I was wanting to check was the CO because Sturm is almost to another Meteor Strike. Well, that's a thing. Okay, I am gonna... See, the cool thing about Lightning Drive is if Eagle gets it in the middle of his turn, then, yeah, then it doesn't really matter. Like, it doesn't matter when you get Lightning Drive. It happens... oh, by the way, I called it Lightning Strike before, and that's because in Advance Wars, the original Advance Wars 1, Eagle's power in the first game was called Lightning Strike. That's the name of his superpower in Advance Wars 2. It's one of those powers that got promoted to Super, in Advance Wars 2. Guess which one the other one is? Hint, hint, it's somebody present in this map. As if it doesn't make it that obvious. Yeah, it should be pretty obvious who else got their normal power promoted to superpower. But, oh boy. Speaking of normal power promoted to superpower, yeah, he's getting Meteor Strike again this turn. So that's something. See, do I focus on... No, I am actually going to go here and in fact show off, I think, the true power of Lightning Drive, because Eagle can bomb this and then move his bomber back with Lightning Drive. And again, Eagle can do this, kill this bomber, and then retreat with the fighter. This is what you're kind of supposed to do with Lightning Drive. And then this medium tank cannot actually do anything. Okay, then. Because there's too many forests around here. But yeah, so they renamed his power Lightning Drive in this one just for the sake of consistency with Advance Wars 2, keeping the normal power the same. Though I am wondering how they're going to handle Lightning Drive in Black Hole Rising, because there was a leak that said that Lightning Drive in Black Hole Rising is going to be handled like it was in Dual Strike rather than in the original. But given how faithful most of this remake has been, I kind of doubt that's true now. No, yeah, I'm gonna get the big hit on you. Now, I have a suspicion Andy is the one getting meteored right this turn, unless it's Kanbei. Oh, that clump of medium tanks is looking very attractive to that meteor right now. We're talking about that meteor as if it's like on a dating scene or something, but okay then. If I get like some tanks and anti-air, they can move in the same turn, but I also want to make sure that I can get some bombers and stuff later, but... Yeah, if I grab, like, 2 more tanks here... That's the other really cool thing about Lightning Drive. Eagle can, like, build units and then move with them in the same turn.
The Eagle's soars above you.
There it is, that's his iconic power quote.
Lightning
He never says that in any of his other missions because when you're against him, he always has unique power quotes. So, okay then. Epic metal time. However, regarding epic metal time, these anti-air... I almost wonder if it's more worth my while to try and kill the anti-air. Fortunately, this medium tank can't really do much. I mean, it can hit that. Kind of, I guess. Oh, we finally get to hear the power theme in its full glory. Because usually by the time enemy Eagle uses it, most of his units are, like, dead. So it's not really gonna, do a whole, like, he's not really gonna get much out of it. Oh, there's actually not a whole ton that Sturm has up here. And yeah, even with the firepower penalty from Lightning Drive, still a one-shot against Sturm in a river. You know, I just actually realized with Sturm's defense penalty in the first game, I think with Lightning Drive, I'm actually doing, like, average damage now. Oh boy, that's gonna... See, okay, I don't need to do that. That bomber's not a threat. Oh, actually, wait, no, it is a threat to me. It can bomb my anti-air. But if I go there, the fighter will die. Because both of his things will get it. But is there anything this fighter needs to do? Not really. Oh, I'm so sorry, fighter. I'm so sorry, fighter. You did an amazing job. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to say goodbye to you, I think. And yeah, I could, like, try and pull this fighter out of anti-air range, but at the same time... almost want to distract his, anti-air somewhat. So I have this medium tank that really can't do a whole ton, except that, maybe. I don't know if this is gonna do much. Yeah, I'm on, like, 1.5. Oh, barely survived. Oh, but I didn't really take any damage in return, so that's fine. Oh, the guitar solo here is just incredible. I did say that... oh, wait, okay, he does actually have anti-air up here. There's nowhere I can put this bomber where it doesn't get attacked by bad stuff right now, so... maybe I should actually kill this. This means that Sturm has no tanks down here, which means that... he only has anti-air, which aren't as much of a threat to my artillery. They are a threat to the foot soldiers, but, not so much the artillery. Maybe I should actually kill off this. Okay, I am almost positive that Andy in the center is going to get Meteored. If he doesn't, it's probably Kanbei over here. But yeah, see, these tanks right here, they can move on the same turn they spawn, which is cool. That means I can get more things out of the base, too. Though, what's Eagle's income right now? Andy, 10 units lost. Yeah, that's pretty self-explanatory. Gold Comet hasn't lost any right now. But we'll see. Oh, the other thing is, though, with 35 total units, I need to get a lot of kills in a single turn with one specific army in order to secure the power score. So that is something I will need to worry about later. Because we are only on early days. Yeah, it's only day 4. Wow, it feels like it's been so much longer, but I guess that's what happens when you have 3 armies to control. We're getting Meteored again.
Prepare to embrace darkness. Meteor strike.
Some people don't like the way that he says Meteor Strike. They think it's a little bit too over the top. Oh, Kanbei was the one who got hit. Interesting. I mean, honestly, I don't actually hate that. He did lose 3 medium tanks to that. Oh, wow, I love how that just goes like, roo. Like, one of the things that I always used to, like, love about, oh, that was in missile range. Okay, then. I mean, it was gonna die regardless, but still. One of the things that I used to love about Sturm's theme, and this is actually the only, like, slight downside that I have about its, about the way that Reboot Camp handles the CO themes, like the fact that they pick up where they left off, at the start of every turn, instead of starting again. Generally speaking, I actually much prefer that, but the one time I don't is because the start of Sturm's theme in the original, the first few notes of Sturm's theme sounded like an air raid siren, and hearing that at the start of each of his turns, it just summed up Sturm so well. Like, it just summed up what you were going up against with him. Yeah, wow, even Kanbei on a city barely survives. But here you do actually still get echoes of that, like that air raid siren sound. It's just like, that just kind of sums up Sturm to me and just sums up just how terrified you always are facing him. Just listen to his theme here. Oh, he got another bomber. And Eagle's running low on fighters right now, so I'm going to have to deal with all of these things the hard way. Oh, right, it's Andy's turn, not Eagle's turn. I keep wishing that it's Eagle's turn. I want it to be Eagle's turn all the time. I mean, the other reason why I like Eagle so much is just because, like, his power is really fun. That's just one other aspect of, like, Advance Wars to me, is that I said this all the way back at the start, but, like, yeah, it's not balanced. Like, a lot of the COs are really broken, but at the same time, it's just so fun. Like, every power feels pretty unique, and they're all just so enjoyable to use. Everyone has their own, like, unique playstyles. Again, I just really, really just have so much fun playing these games. It's just kind of interesting how it scratches a different itch as well when it comes to, like, it's a different itch than Fire Emblem, because Fire Emblem, I've always loved the whole, you know, units leveling up, and I've just got to remember that he has infantry coming, so Andy's HQ is actually in danger right now. But, like, with Fire Emblem, the appeal to me is, like, watching my individual units, like, level up and get stronger. Whereas with Advance Wars, it's more about just, you know, finding strategies that work, but also using all of the different COs and their various powers and abilities. And in fact, on that note, that's annoying. Oh wait, actually, if I kill this, then the other anti-air can kill an infantry, and then maybe the recon can get in? Because I want to move this recon out, or alternatively the recon can go there. But yeah, as you can see, okay, hang on. I might actually need to count spaces here, because I'm pretty sure you have 8, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, wait, no, that's 3, isn't it? That terrain is 3, yeah. I feel like the recon can actually only go there. But yeah, again, also, like, solving these kind of puzzles, like, Advance Wars definitely feels like more interesting chess to me as well. And just solving these puzzles about, like, where your units go and that kind of thing. I'll get onto my kind of main topic for this battle a little later, because there is another thing that I really want to mention in this map. But first, the thing about these puzzles, this is actually something that I really do like about Advance Wars 1. The fact that these missions, generally speaking, aside from the final 2, aren't that long, but also they force you to solve puzzles with the units that you're given. Now, this isn't how Advance Wars 2's campaign works at all, which is quite interesting. But I've enjoyed how most of these videos haven't gone on much longer than 30 minutes. It is just kind of fun having a very bite-sized strategy experience like that. Oh, he has a bomber there, but I mean, if it kills anything, it dies to my anti-air, and I don't think Kanbei's lost anything yet, so that is definitely... Guess I can put you within movement distance of that guy. I won't be able to afford things out of both of my bases if I get the tank. It's just with the way that I talk and, like, deliberate over all of these turns, it's just... I don't know, it's just something that I find quite enjoyable, thinking, okay, now, you know, oh, I could do this, or I could do this, or I could do that. So it's another aspect of these games that I like replaying the campaign missions to see what different strategies that I can pull off and whether I can do something that works better. Like, I actually did replay Wings of Victory off camera and see if I could get a better technique score, but what actually ended up happening is I got a lower speed score, and to me that actually felt worse. It just looked really, like, I finished it 2 turns slower than I did previously, and that just looked kind of clumsy to me, so I decided, you know what, I think this is better if I don't, if I keep the tech where I got slightly less than perfect technique, but also I did speed a little better. I do like the fact that I kept that one fighter alive, because it is kind of blocking one of his airports right now. The missile, though. I do not like that missile. Now, when you're controlling 3 armies at once like this, which is actually something that I never expected. When I first played Advance Wars 2, I never thought that, like, when I had missions where there were multiple armies involved, I always thought that you would only control one and the AI would control the others, like Eagle in the last map. But no, you actually get full control over every one of your armies in all of these, which is pretty cool. Kind of reminds me a little bit of how I actually played Wargrew's Double Trouble campaign, which is supposed to be co-op, but you can just as easily do it solo, and I kind of prefer to do it solo, because you generally need to coordinate between your 2 armies a lot in that game. No, I need to save up for more fighters and bombers later. I'm gonna go for this and this. Okay. Now, Sturm is not actually looking so hot right now, but I don't want to speak too soon. Yeah, well, he's already giving that quote, which is a good sign. Yeah, see, good old Kanbei here. The fact that his units just, you know, survive through things that would, like, kill anyone else, it's really, really helpful. It's kind of like Drake's extra defense. Yeah, I had a feeling that you would die, but this does mean that the tank is down here, and that's going to save the day. Now, what's that bomber gonna... Okay, I was kind of hoping you would do that. I mean, this may die. Then again, it is Kanbei, but it's also on a road. Yep, it died. You can tell because it didn't shoot back. Oh, you are very, very, very audacious, Sturm, but that will probably still... No, it didn't kill, because again, Kanbei. Again, that's just the thing with Kanbei, like, he's quite good for the technique ranking, because his units just survive things all the time. Okay, yeah, again, Sturm's main base isn't looking so hot right now. The main thing that I need to make sure is that I finish him off with somebody who actually killed a lot of units. Yeah, right now, Andy's not really gonna be doing a whole lot. I have a tank, though. Oh, and yeah, here's the problem. Yeah, you gotta be careful that your allies don't step on each other's toes, which I kind of did here, but I also needed to make sure that that bomb wasn't in missile range, so yeah, and then you can just go up here. Now, at the moment, though, we gotta be real, although he just used, okay, yeah, he's only barely on the way to his next Meteor strike right now, but, like, what can really, like, the worst thing that can happen when you're fighting Sturm is that you think you've got him, you think everything's fine, you're making a giant push into his territory, and then you have everything clumped up, and then Meteor strike hits you, and then you're basically screwed. That's generally how things tend to happen with Sturm, so I need to make sure they do not unfold that way. Because yeah, clumping your units all together in the center is not the best strategy, and this APC is just going to go hide in the corner because his entire role is to make sure Andy doesn't lose. You know what? Mech, infantry. Kind of wish Andy was Sammy right now. Because it would be cool if you could get a choice of, like, any Orange Star CO for the center, but at the same time, I understand why they did it this way. Andy's kind of meant to be the main character of the first game, so, yeah. Okay, so, firstly, you explode. Yeah, it's like Kanbei's like, oh yeah, you blunted all but one of my medium tanks. One medium tank is all I need. At the same time, though... yeah, remember that his power will charge slower every time he uses it. It gets 20% more expensive, and for a power as expensive as Meteor Strike, which costs 50,000 in total, that definitely does ramp up quickly. I mean, it's still going up a decent amount, but it's not quite, Yeah, I need to stop this full HP infantry from going across the river, because otherwise Andy is maybe threatened. Yeah, I almost wonder if Kanbei should be the one to end this mission. I mean, either Eagle or Kanbei is probably set for perfect technique right now. Aha, that lowered defense on Sturm and the higher attack power on Kanbei means that even though you're in a city, you still die. These 2 HP, like, medium tanks. Like, they're still Kanbei units, though. They could be useful later. Like, they'll probably kill these guys. And, yeah, I think I'm gonna actually abandon my capture attempt and just go full tilt towards these bases right now, because you know what they say, Kanbei must have bases too! Yeah, you drop there. And again, I have a tank down here. How close are you? Oh yeah, you're literally halfway. There is a decent chance that he's gonna get a second Meteor Strike at some point. I mean, a third Meteor Strike. I blotted the second one out of my memory. The second one actually wasn't that bad, though. That was a good Meteor. This is actually one of Kanbei... Unfortunately, this is kind of one of Kanbei's main assets on this map, is the fact that he is much more likely to get Meteored, because I'm pretty sure that his troops' cost, like, their cost is factored into the Meteor. I believe Sturm's Meteor can hit his own troops, and it does damage them, but if it does, the cost of the friendly fire is actually factored into the Meteor's AI. Like, it's subtracted from the cost of your units that are in the area, or something like that. Which is sort of interesting. And then it kind of makes sense for Sturm to not care about friendly fire, though. Yeah, and here I'm probably just going to get more infantry with Eagle, because he just, like anything I build here is not going to reach the front lines in time, but I need to get some, like, fighters and bombers out of here. Because, yeah, we are definitely pushing Sturm back right now. This song is so good. I love this song so much. It's just, it just got, like, the perfect... I hesitate to use the term glow up, because it sounds like... Yeah, it's weird. Like, lately I've been starting to feel the youth slang and the fact that I'm no longer in that demographic. Like, I'm over 30 now. Like, terms like hits different, big yikes, and all of those things, those were just never part of my generation. So, yeah. Don't want to talk more about that, because I don't want to depress myself. But, I mean, you know, this game was part of my generation growing up, and I'm glad that a new generation is going to get to experience it. Again, though, I need to be careful that I don't blockade myself. Yeah, I don't like you going here, but, like, I kind of do want to put you there. I do like the fact that I have a healthy bomber, though. I wonder if the fighter will go for me, though, if I... Just listening and jamming to Eagle's theme right now. That's not going to get hit by the anti-air, because there are 2 missiles around it. And then the anti-air can't quite... Oh, it can't swing around at all, because these mountains are blocking it off. Yeah, this area at the top of the map is totally walled in by mountains. Unless you're using air units, you kind of have to go through this middle choke point, which is full of cities. So I guess Sturm is sort of trying to bottleneck you that way, but at the same time, like, he doesn't really have a whole lot of units in the area to capitalize on that choke point right now. Oh, those things are starting to retreat. That's a full health tank, isn't it? Yes, it is. Yeah, but they look so bulky in this version, they're almost like medium tanks. But even a Sturm, like, regular tank is not really much of a match for a medium tank. Medium tanks are sort of hard counters to regular tanks. This may still kill, though. Oh, I was kind of hoping Kanbei's defense would hold out there, but no. Okay, those anti-air are being very defensive, which somewhat worries me. Oh, you did move in. That's actually kind of a pain, because that means you're going to be a threat to my bomber later, and I don't really have... Oh, actually, no, Andy doesn't have an anti-air in the area. So yeah, he's only getting copters now, and he's also getting mechs. That's kind of a sign that he's on the ropes at the moment. Ha, thank you, you actually can reach. However, is he getting Meteor Strike this turn? He might get Meteor Strike this turn. Oh, he is. Okay. Well, that changes my plans a little. this fighter is actually blocking that bridge. I would like to get a tank through, but I can't. So in that case, here's the thing. I don't trust the Meteor to hit Andy right now. I really don't trust the Meteor to hit Andy right now. Because all I have is, like, mechs and stuff. I mean, I could try and get the Meteor to hit Andy by just, like, clumping everything up like this, but I don't know if this is going to actually work, because Kanbei is way too clustered for this to really be a potential Meteor lure. And Andy can finally get copters now, but it's not like it's going to help him all that much. You can get a mech there. Just more infantry. Andy's just kind of pumping out stuff. Yeah, like, I have never actually seen this mission S-ranked in the original, and I just, like, the fact that only Andy's power and technique score counts just sounds horrifying to me. Like, I don't know how you would specifically do this mission to make sure that Andy actually gets the S rank. Okay, I don't really want to put my stuff in range of Sturm's mechs. That's out. Was there a... I didn't quite notice, but there may have been a unique design for Black Hole cities. Yeah, like, the plants are all dead here, and the buildings have missing windows, and the roads are kind of potholed. I feel like that is actually a unique city design. Which is kind of sad, really, because, yeah, it just shows that Black Hole is just... Yep, that's just their whole goal. It's just wanton destruction for the sake of it. They don't even really occupy the lands they conquer, it's just... They just wipe everything out. That is sort of the thing in a way, is that, like, Sturm in a sense, and he does kind of mention this a little bit in the second game, but, like, this actually kind of leads into my earlier topic about, like, anti-war media and the like, because Sturm, in a way, is almost like an avatar of war itself, in a sense. Like, that's kind of what his whole character is. And the fact that you get to fight and defeat someone like that, it's kind of part of the satisfaction of Advance Wars games to me as well. It's also similar to the satisfaction of, like, Fire Emblem games, where you're, you know, fighting back against conquering empires and the like. Oh, Kanbei actually can afford 2 tanks. 2 Kanbei tanks and a Kanbei APC. Is that going to be a tempting target for the Meteor? I highly, highly doubt it, because I feel like the Meteor is almost certainly going here. Which on the one hand could be bad, but on the other hand, I don't know, it could be okay. I do not like the fact that fighter is there and there's nothing I can do to really stop it. Speaking of nothing I can do to really stop it, here is another problem, because this bomber right here... I mean, I suppose you can just do this. Because if the bomber stays in the middle, it's probably gonna get meteored. That doesn't actually die to 1 tank shot, though. That's still a road. Maybe the bomber should go here. I just cannot let this bomber get hit by anti-air. And again, like definitely, you know, patience is a virtue on this map. Well, that's not a lot of damage at all. Yeah, see, again, even with Sturm, just medium tanks versus regular tanks are just generally a good matchup. Still lost 1 HP out of that. And you there, you in the mountain. I mean, these tanks can't actually get over this mountain, though. There's another, thing about this map's design is it kind of forces you to, like, just like that whole, oh, you fell right into my trap thing from Sturm. Yeah, he kind of forces you to put yourself in a good position to just get clustered and get meteored. That's kind of what this central choke point is like all about. However, Eagle has air units, so that's generally the weakness here. But at the same time, if I'm moving with this copter, it gets blown up by anti-air. So, speaking of anti-air, like, do I need a fighter right now? I don't think so. I think I probably should just start spamming bombers. Let's just go bomber. And then Eagle's income is 12,000. So I can spend 2,000 and still have enough for another bomber next turn. I mean, sometimes what I see a lot of players do is they just leave all of these infantry back at the HQ and just cluster them and just hope the Meteor hits them. It's not entirely reliable, though. Honestly, if I put, like, a mech here, maybe the Meteor would hit the pad? And honestly, that's not a terrible... I mean, I'm almost certain it's going here, but, like... You know what? Yeah, let's try that. Oh, this means that I just barely don't have enough for a bomber next turn, though, which is unfortunate. But I guess I can get, like, a battlecopter next turn. Okay, moment of truth. Where's the Meteor going? It's probably hitting Kanbei in the middle. Oh, it's hitting...
Fear is all you have left.
the side of the middle. Okay.
Meteor strike.
There, he finally said fear is all you have left. That's kind of one of his iconic quotes. Yeah. Oh no, it's hitting the bomber. Okay. Interesting. Is anything spared from that? I mean, I know the medium tank gets... Okay. That's not awful. Yeah, see, there it is. There's the siren. I kind of love that as a callback to the original. The problem is, he's got a medium tank that's probably going to kill one of my anti-air, and I don't want that. Also, he's anti-air. This may die. Oh no, actually, it survived quite well. You might also notice Kanbei has not even used morale boost once. That's definitely a big weakness of Kanbei. It's just that yeah. His morale boost is a bad power. But okay, Andy has been relatively undamaged at this point, which is interesting. Where'd that fighter went over there. I don't know if I should start rushing him with this, but this tank would be helpful if it weren't for the fact that it's kind of, I don't really have much of a response to that medium tank right now, which is unfortunate. I don't really want to just throw these artillery into the meat grinder, but unfortunately for Andy, I don't think I want to end this with him, so his scores aren't really going to matter all that much, so that means that his units are effectively expendable. I can actually start getting battlecopters with Andy now, though. Yeah, maybe I should actually save funds for more air units with Andy. Okay, okay, I have morale boost now. But he also has his power right now. But it is going to give me a little more defense, so maybe I should go for this.
I will fight to my last breath for Sonya.
Oh wow, unique quote.
Morale boost.
I feel like a lot of people in Reboot Camp are going to be using Kanbei for this mission. I like how it even pans around. Yeah, we're dancing too! Now is the question. Suddenly, Kanbei has bases too! As they would say, but I've also got a whole bunch of tanks that aren't really going to be doing a whole lot. Yeah, the theme sort of goes double time. Not really a reference intended because Sammy, yeah, Sammy has that power when Kanbei uses his. And yeah, I think I kind of need to wait here because I want to get some more stuff. I don't like that medium tank being there though. It's just, I don't have much that can really threaten his stuff right now. I sort of feel like at this point, Kanbei should just hang back and kind of play a little bit defensive. So yeah, join those. I still doubt they'll last long, but it's something. Oh, I don't like having to do this, but that's going to distract one of his units. And yep, I believe these are the only two units with Kanbei that I haven't moved yet. But now, I'm just desperately hoping that he doesn't get another Meteor strike. Because 3 Meteors is enough for one lifetime, thank you very much. These anti-air are starting to move down though, so... now getting into a good position. Kind of wonder if going for an HQ camp is potentially decent here. Oh, no, I shouldn't have moved that recon. I don't know. Guess this guy will just head back. This is another problem with fighting Sturm, is you usually just end up with a whole ton of, like, low HP units that you really don't know what to do with. It'd be really funny if... Actually... I wonder about this. You know what? I think I'm gonna actually start going for the HQ with Eagle. Eventually. I wish I had 2 airports, though, because I could probably also afford a, I could probably also afford a battlecopter as well as this transport copter. Okay, that goes... I hope this isn't a one-shot, but I do have morale boost up. Yeah, see, morale boost is pretty good here. Just comes down to whether I can break through this. Let's put the 1 HP fighter on the HQ. I was hoping morale boost would make that survive. He is getting a lot of copters, though. I may actually need a fighter at this point. Okay, so... I don't like the fact that Sturm has a whole lot of copters up here, and I don't really have a whole lot in the way of anti-air right now, and Eagle's lost a lot of his, fighters. I feel like I shouldn't have thrown away, that Eagle fighter earlier just to kill one bomber that would have killed one of my anti-air, because, the fighter itself is probably worth more than that anti-air would have been, but oh well, too late to go back now. So Andy getting his artillery up here might help in breaking through Sturm's lines a little bit, and yeah, I do want to make sure that I go for the anti-air, just so that Eagle's bombers have free reign. But again, I don't like these battlecopters. They are... very much a pain. Like, I do have anti-air with Kanbei in the area, but like, Sturm kind of has the perfect combination right now of, I hope this doesn't block off Kanbei's forces too much, but kind of the perfect combination of battlecopters and tanks to cover them. Speaking of tanks to cover them, though, yeah, Eagle's tank right here is blocking Andy's anti-air from getting into a good position, so that's annoying. I mean, I suppose I can do this, but I'm just kind of putting you closer to Sturm's medium tank right now. Don't like that none of my artillery are in range. I don't really have a good answer to that, except one of Eagle's bombers, which can't reach right now anyway, and, some anti-air. Thankfully, the HQ doesn't repair fighters. But at this point, I think I'm pretty much all in on Eagle getting the HQ capture. So that means that Eagle probably needs to have the power score locked down as well. I suppose Andy could start rushing in with some more artillery. They're actually doing quite well at the moment. Kanbei has 20,000 now. He might be able to start getting some battlecopters out. That could be, interesting. Okay, well, this can kill that. I'm just a little worried about potentially... Like, on these cities, these guys are going to take one hit from a regular tank. It's the medium tanks that I'm somewhat worried about right now. Because, yeah, Kanbei kind of only has 2 things on the front line at the moment. And now Eagle. Right. You're going to have to load you up and start heading out there. Just the anti-air is... The anti-air being up there is really unfortunate, because without that, Eagle's bombers kind of have semi-free reign over this area. And then Eagle has this low HP bomber, which, as I've said many times in the past, low HP Eagle units can still do a lot of damage, especially during Lightning Drive. I'm so sorry, tank. But, I may have to do this. I just kind of need to wall off some of my troops. He can't break through to Andy's Andy's artillery wall. It'd be really funny if in the end I didn't even need the transport copter, and instead Eagle's, Yep, you have range there. And instead Eagle's wall of infantry just slowly crept over these mountains and eventually got the HQ. I mean, it could happen. Again, don't want to step on Andy's toes if I can help it. I suppose you'll just go... I guess you can go here. That means that, the anti-air won't be able to hit it. If I really wanted to make Meteor bait down here, I probably should have been building mechs rather than infantry. I'm just kind of wondering right now if I need a fighter. Or if it would be better to go for another bomber. Okay, I am going to take a fighter. I don't know if that's going to be a problem for me in the end, but we'll see. Because we're definitely well and truly approaching the end game now. So I can't really afford to be, like, too complacent. You retreated. Okay, then. Alright, you, Oh, that's a regular tank. I mean, this is gonna die anyway, but, again, Andy's, stuff doesn't really, Unfortunately, it doesn't really matter all that much here. Okay, you lured that anti-air out. I can bomb that anti-air next... Oh, I was kind of afraid you would do that. This could actually be a one-shot. It was. I thought so, because Sturm. Okay, yeah, that dies. Again, that was meant to be a wall anyway, but since Eagle is the one who's kind of going for technique right now... Oh, hi there. I hope you can tank this, Kanbei. This is effectively neutral. Because Sturm's plus 20% offense against Kanbei's plus 20% defense cancels each other out, but... more copters. More anti-air. I don't like there being more anti-air. At the very least, though, one medium tank has exposed itself to 2 artillery right now, except medium tanks do charge Sturm's power up a decent extent. Oh, wow, he is actually getting very close to another Meteor strike. So, gotta be careful of that. Yeah, he's kinda getting in there. His battlecopters are worth 9,000 each, which is most of a single square of the power meter. Oh, he's getting close. He's getting very, very, very scarily close right now. Just slowly creeping these mechs forward. I think I'm going to continue this plan of Andy just slowly creeping in with artillery. Mech there, maybe. His tanks are not really going to be reaching just yet. And I do have infantry on both my flanks creeping over those mountains as a kind of slow, inexorable advance. Oh, I forgot about that tank there. Can't, if I move it over Andy's airport, he won't actually be able to get any air units next turn, so might as well not. Well, I can afford a battlecopter and a tank from there. Now, Eagle's turn is the real kicker right now. Can't really let these infantry become lambs to the slaughter, though, but... I guess they're gonna start this climb over these mountains. A few of them will hopefully get through. Fighter goes there. Just gonna go for a couple of mechs down there, but I doubt it's gonna end up being... Because, like, this clump right here is way more attractive to Meteors, as I've said before. The whole concept of something being attractive to Meteors is a little hilarious. I mean, technically the transport copter could go up there and it's not in range of that battlecopter, and I think my fighter is fully, no, it's not quite fully in range to intercept. Just like, because I can't really expose this transport to anything like, infantry shaped right now, because if I do, then, Sturm's own infantry are actually quite powerful against copters. So I intentionally held back a little bit there just to make sure he didn't get his power. Oh boy, this is not going to go well. Okay, well, at least it survived. Okay, but just a regular tank coming in. Sturm still has a bit of a big meat grinder waiting for you, even, is that gonna instantly die? Okay, just barely. I think that tank being on 9 HP might have actually saved me there. Because if that artillery had died, then we'd be in trouble, because then he'd start breaking through. But yeah, this is where Kanbei is pretty cool, because this increased defense very much helps out in making walls. Hi there, Battlecopter. Bye there, infantry. I don't like the fact that that medium tank is kind of hovering out of range of my artillery. Yeah, see, Sturm's infantry are no joke. Well, mechs, but yeah, still. More Battlecopters. No, I have hyper repair. Okay, so here's the thing. I am probably gonna get Meteor this turn.
I can fix anything.
And we're back to generic quotes from Andy here. Means I have a full health mech now.
Hyper repair.
Kind of like how the clone Andy has that nuts and bolts effect on his hyper repair and regular Andy doesn't. But yeah, this right here is actually a decent situation for all these mechs who can kind of hop across the river and get some shots against these things. Of course, I probably need to retreat this artillery. And if that's the only thing that this artillery can shoot, I should probably do it, even though it may be depriving me of some mech attacks. Yeah, that's not going to finish you. I just really, really want these anti-air gone. So I'll go for this one first. Did he build any more anti-air? Oh, he built another medium tank. That's a pain, but once the anti-air are down, my tanks, my bombers can rush in and smash through his medium tanks quite handily, so it's just all a matter of removing the counter units. I've often seen this game described as having a lot of rock, paper, scissors involved in it, and yeah, that definitely makes sense, but I am slowly pushing in. I just need to make sure I don't get too bogged down. See, now these anti-air are pretty badly damaged. I suppose I can afford to throw a battlecopter into the choke point. Main problem I have here is that this may block the way for Andy's units later. But yeah, now Kanbei's battlecopter is going to do a really good job of dealing with those medium tanks right now. In fact, I mean, honestly, that's an option. Again, he's getting Meteor Strike anyway, so yeah, wow, taking that much HP off of a medium tank with a mech is definitely a solid engagement. And yeah, speaking of Andy's units blocking the way, get these tanks in. Oh, yeah, of course, if I got a choice of hitting a copter with an anti-air and not a copter, then I should definitely go for the copter. Now, here's the point where Eagle needs to be careful, because I really, really cannot afford to have the bomber get hit by the Meteor. So, okay then. This fighter, however, can, like, zip all the way up here and explode you. And then this bomber... Yeah, the bomber has to... Perhaps if the bomber goes here... I think the only potential threat to the bomber there is if Sturm's Meteor decides that the Kanbei copter combined with the bomber is enough of a target. But combined with a whole lot of artillery in this area, because we've got 6, 12, 18, 24, plus a whole bunch of like mechs and infantry and stuff. And he's definitely looking tempting right now. Again, I can't really afford to have a lot of Eagle's troops die, because he is kinda my technique guy right now. Just focusing down on these guys a little bit to slowly bring this infantry wall in. And once the bombers clear the way, these guys may be able to start... Not so much... I doubt that I'll actually capture a whole lot of Sturm stuff, but I can at least try and block some of his bases. That's sort of the main thing that I need. And this 2 HP bomber, again, I can't really afford to throw away a lot of Eagle's units. That fighter, though. Because if the 2 HP bomber gets killed, that's going to be unfortunate for me, but I can at least maybe try and finish this off. Putting it there is pretty risky, but actually, wait, I think only potentially the fighter or that will be able to hit it. Sort of need that mech to be undamaged, though. But actually, no, I don't think I'm in a position to put any more infantry into it. Okay. This could be bad. We'll see. And now... Yeah, again... I really should have started pumping out mechs with Eagle earlier, but I highly doubt this is going to be enough of a Meteor lure. It's going to get in that diamond formation. Could get a battle copter, but I don't think I'll really need one. I can get like 1 infantry though. Because does he have it? He has it, okay. Okay. Okay, let's see where that Meteor goes.
Such power.
Kind of wish I almost regret crushing it was the voice part of this.
Meteor strike.
You can kind of see the map. Oh, it's going on Kanbei's tanks. Interesting. But not horrible, though. Because the bomber's fine. And only one of Andy's artillery got hit. That's on... Like, okay, the copter took a lot of damage. Which is not great. Because he could start trying to break through here. Oh, you are pulling back. Interesting. I may need to send the bomber over there to cover those infantry. Yeah, this is what I was a little afraid of. Because Eagle's defense bonus on air units is not really enough to counteract Sturm's massive firepower. Thankfully, you're only at 4 HP. Thankfully, you're only a 1 HP guy that unfortunately, I don't really care about that much. Don't kill too many of my infantry, please. Oh, yeah, seriously. Sturm infantry, especially when he uses his power, are just so terrifying. Well, Sturm everything when he uses power is terrifying. 2 anti-air. That is, unfortunate. But I do have a completely healthy artillery right now. So this one will kill this. So Andy's... We're kind of going to break through this turn. Because that dies. That's out. And so now, Andy's mech horde can start rushing in. Not you, though. Oh, that's... I'm probably going to take a massive beating if I do that. I mean, I can sort of try, but I'd rather just try and... Like, if I start capturing, he might lose income. But it's just, with his power in effect, this is just... Like, I can try this, but, like, this mech is not going to... Oh, actually, that wasn't terrible. And yeah, slowly creeping up with my giant horde of artillery right now. Yeah, it'd probably be way more fun if Grit could be the center character, but no, unfortunately, he's only restricted to one of the flanks, which... As I said, Grit is actually excellent in most of the final missions in later Advance Wars games, but just not so much this one. Well, I mean, I guess that's 48% damage on a Sturm mech. The problem with Kanbei going in is well, I mean, at the same time, I did say earlier that I don't really care about Kanbei's technique score right now. So, if these copters are able to, like, distract the anti-airs, maybe... And you guys can continue your very slow creeping march over the mountains. This is where mechs would actually be quite effective. Fortunately, these two tanks just got kind of wrecked. At the same time, like I was saying, I don't really care about Kanbei's technique right now, so you guys can just form a wall around Andy. I am nowhere near close to another lightning drive, which is unfortunate. Can you go here? I can't afford to risk that bomber in there. I don't want to go in until I am certain that I can kill off that stuff, but... Okay, let's see if we can break through these infantry. I don't really want his anti-air to start heading in this direction, though. Let's just chip away at these guys. And on this mech. As always, infantry versus mech, usually very good. Yeah, that guy needs to go, even though that mech is going to be able to kill it. And I can get another bomber. If I put you here... Yeah, that copter is still pretty trapped. Except I'll have to move my own bomber away if I don't want it to die to the anti-air. Still, I don't want to underestimate the power of a 2 HP Eagle bomber. It could still help me later. So I'm sort of hoping that he kills Kanbei's 2 HP units right now. Okay, that's one thing attacking the 2 HP units. That's two things attacking the 2 HP units, though I was hoping it would be the anti-air, not the tanks. Well, there's one anti-air distracted. If he builds even more... Okay, there's 2 anti-airs distracted. And that is what I left my fighter for. Oh, is that the... Wow, that's the weak copter attacking, okay. This may die, though. It did. Not hugely fussed about that, because you're in range of a bajillion artillery right now. Oh, that died. That's annoying for Eagle's technique. And yes, he did get another anti-air, okay. Okay, Andy can actually kill off this thing. Aha, and Andy's mech actually gets to attack his anti-air, which is cool. Oh, actually, you can kill this. At last, Kanbei can actually get something through here. Okay, these outlier infantry on Eagle's side can actually start sweeping up Sturm's forces in this area. He's actually starting to run pretty low on units to the point where I might even, like, feasibly be able to rout him. We'll see. Again, Eagle 2 HP bombers can be surprisingly effective at times, like that. The question is whether I kill that copter, or whether I actually use this fighter to block one of his bases, which is actually somewhat viable. Okay, this might not work too well, but we shall see. Because I can always kill that copter later. Like, I actually do kind of want to try and block one of his bases right now. And you know what? Maybe this T-copter can actually go all the way over here and drop that mech there. I don't know if that battlecopter will ever get to the front fast enough, but we'll see. I think it's either 12 or 14 days for a perfect speed score. Oh, the severely weakened anti-air went over there. That's interesting. Okay, a lot of things are going into retreat. You shot the copter, not the bomber! That I was not expecting you to do. I don't think this infantry will die. Just barely. Okay, you're gonna hop over there. Oh, you are full HP. Oh, that was a kill. Another medium tank. That's unfortunate. And yet more anti-air. At this point, I feel like Andy should focus on just weakening things and not actually killing them, because I may need to leave things on low HP for Eagle to sweep in and finish off. Because at this point, a rout is actually looking more likely than an HQ capture. I almost had a defeat boss, but this isn't Fire Emblem. I guess the HQ kind of is the boss. suppose I can have you go here and severely weaken that copter. I don't know if this is entirely wise, but it does chip a little bit of damage off it. Oh, hey, I have morale boost. I mean, there's not really much reason not to activate it right now.
Nothing can stop me. Morale boost.
Okay, this is actually interesting. So hear me out here. Kanbei could attack that medium tank. I actually think I need Eagle to get the full damage on that medium tank, because I'm kind of banking on Eagle getting Lightning Drive. So I really want the power charge to go to Eagle as much as possible. I'll have to see if there's, like, actually a way for Eagle to get Lightning Drive, because if he can't get it, then that is going to screw me over quite a lot, but that's generally my logic at this point. Okay, now is the moment of truth. Because I pretty much need to bomb that medium tank into oblivion if I'm going to even attempt to get Lightning Drive. I don't know if I'll be able to get it. Okay, I've got quite a lot of damage to fill up before I do get Lightning Drive. This fighter, potentially this. Even if this doesn't give me Lightning Drive, it will almost certainly give me the power score on Eagle. I kind of hope this kills. Okay, that did. Don't know if I'll be able to kill that 2 HP tank with my infantry, though. Maybe with this bomber, though. And you kind of have to kill that. Oh, this guy's almost out of fuel. I mean, I suppose I can try and kill this. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get Lightning Drive. And that means he gets Meteor Strike again.
Fear is all you have left. Meteor strike.
Like, there's no way this can hit both bombers. So, as long as one bomber survives, yep, it's that bomber, okay. That didn't hit as much as I expected it to, though. However, some things... Okay, good, good. Go for Kanbei, please. Go for Kanbei, please. Okay. Just a weakened tank there. Okay, that's a healthy anti-air, yep. So that's one thing dead on Eagle's side. Okay, one thing dead on Kanbei's side. I'm just kind of... Oh, he didn't even try and kill Eagle's bomber, okay. But I do not like the fact that he just built 4 new units. Okay, Andy is going to finish this. Oh god, he has 71. Okay, here, this turn, Kanbei is pushing in from this side. Fortunately, haven't quite got one of his airports locked down yet. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. My main goal is to try and see if I can get Lightning Drive this turn. Okay, I've got him almost locked down as far as his base goes, but these mechs are going to be going, well, into that. I was kind of hoping they go into the artillery, but still. If those artillery remain unscathed, it means that I'm in a good position to weaken anything that comes out of those bases, so okay then. Also, yeah. LOL, I have those cities now. That guy is going to get swarmed by Kanbei's infantry and die, so I'd probably rather go for these ones. He's just getting mechs right now, which is probably a good sign for me. And once again, I probably want to just heavily weaken these things so that Eagle can finish, although at the same time, I do need to maybe leave that medium tank a little bit so that Eagle can potentially get Lightning Drive. Now, I'm not entirely sure if Eagle's really going to need Lightning Drive at this rate, but it won't hurt, especially since Sturm just built so many units that getting perfect power is going to be insanely difficult right now, is the thing. So that worries me a little bit. Yeah, that 9 HP anti-air up there could be a little tricky to lock down. What Andy's doing, like, now is kind of what Grit tends to do in a lot of games. He just kind of creeps a wall of artillery towards you slowly, and then, yeah, he just kind of gradually just makes it so that you just can't get through, and the artillery just gets closer and closer until you all just get destroyed. It's pretty frustrating to be on the receiving end of. Again, lol, let's just capture things. Alright, there's a regular tank up there. Almost didn't notice that against the color of his bases. Actually, I probably should do this just to have some of these bases locked down later. Okay, so you go. And now you can actually get on top of that base and stop Sturm from building stuff from there. Again, I might actually need this thing alive for like an Eagle Lightning Drive, but we'll see. And you start locking down the airport. Yeah, this is generally how things go at the very end. You slowly creep in, and then you just put units on top of his bases and slowly stop him from building new things. The Advance Wars 2 final battle's a little different because you've got a more specific objective to fulfill, rather than it just being a standard route or capture HQ. In fact, that was kind of the case with every other Advance Wars final battle, including Days of Ruin. So in a sense, like, this one being kind of a normal mission is a little bit of an outlier. I think I'm just going to have to do this and pray that it gives me enough. Come on, give me enough. Oh! No! Does reset turn reset it for everyone or just Eagle? Okay, it looks like it's just Eagle. So, does this give me enough for Lightning Drive? Not quite. Oh, this... The damage that my own copter takes is probably gonna be enough to get me Lightning Drive here. This kinda sucks, but, I mean, I hope... I'm just gonna have to pray the damage that I take is enough. It is! Okay, good. Sacrificial copter strats coming in somehow. Because I'm sure there is a way for me to actually win at this turn with Eagle. I only need to kill 2 things. And let's go!
Speed is the lifeblood of battle.
It's funny you should say that, given that I'm a little worried about my speed ranking right now.
Lightning Drive.
Oh, that actually does do enough. Yeah, because Eagle's air units are still really, really strong, even with the attack penalty from Lightning Drive, so that's dead. This should die. And with this, Eagle finishes the map, and his power and technique scores count. The question was, were they enough, and was speed enough?
No! So close! I was so close!
And the thing about these cold ham types is the one time they finally break down is always really satisfying.
I underestimated the strength of these worms. I had the superior army, the superior strategies.
That's where you went wrong! You were facing people who don't even know what a strategy is!
I've been beaten. My dream of world conquest. I vow to rebuild and return. When that time comes, I will challenge you worms yet again. And I will not lose.
And unlike in the original, the return of Sturm is chronicled in the same package.
That's it! Now's our chance!
By my calculation, you've left enough of an opening that reinforcements should arrive in about...
You are trying my patience.
Sonia!
Hey, that's Sturm!
A hologram? I guess he got away.
Okay, that's insanely cool.
Daughter!
And meanwhile, this is actually pretty new. So apparently this conversation did exist in the original as well to an extent, but it's been greatly expanded here.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Sonia. If anything had happened to you...
Now, Father, stop. Don't you dare start crying, or else I'll start. Your father's a bit silly at times, but he'll always be there for you when you need him.
That's really nice, yeah. We don't really find out much about their mother, though. Maybe she's dead.
You look just like her, Sonia. You really do.
Yeah, the implications here are definitely leaning in that direction. And suddenly, happy music! There aren't any more clones, right? Well, not unless you play Dual Strike.
Yes!
He's finally owning up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I learned so much. Interesting. So in the original, I'm pretty sure Andy said it was a lot of fun, and I'm glad they removed that line. But yeah, Eagle says he'd like to take another shot. Hopefully, as a training exercise this time,
You see my greatness.
rather than as an actual... I've got 100 power? I was not expecting that! Okay then. Interesting, yeah, I was definitely a little slow on speed there, you couldn't do that way faster, but I did get an S rank in the final battle, and that's really the main thing that I was going for. Also, yeah, we've got the Advance Wars 2 factory victory music here. I will say I kind of prefer how this song went in the original, but still, it's still a great song. And Kanbei is all like, ha 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 ha. And so with that, as a satirical show from my childhood would say, the war is over, we can all be friends. That pretty much sums up the end of Advance Wars 1. Sturm's villainous schemes were thwarted, and all Cosmoland was at peace. But peace is a fragile thing. Stay vigilant until next time. Until Black Hole Rising. And yep, now we get the full overview of all of our missions. Oh, it'd be kind of cool if everyone has its own, like its own photo. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. I feel like these are all like fixed, but still. But yeah, we get to see how many days I took on every mission, and everything is going to be an S rank. But yeah, your first time through, you know, generally speaking, not everything will end up being an S rank. So yep, there's Gunfighter. Yeah, I kind of like how we're getting photos of each of the missions here. Air Ace was... I feel like I lost a little bit of speed there. It was because of that my transport died to... it wasn't even a bad luck roll. I later calculated things and it would have ended up that way regardless. Sniper was 7 days. I'm kind of surprised that more people liked Sniper than I expected. Like, that video did a little better in terms of views than I thought it would. Speaking of which, though, Blizzard Battle. I noticed a lot of people search for Blizzard Battle on YouTube, so I hope that my video helps there. History lesson, yeah, that one's honestly pretty easy for the end of the Blue Moon arc. Sammy's debut, 9 days. Well, Kanbei arrives, does get a photo, at least. That one was alright. Mighty Kanbei is a pretty easy mission if you know the trick to it, so that one's kind of, you know, not that bad. Kanbei's Error, everyone's favorite meme. It's generally pretty easy, and then on hard mode, of course, it's the base that gets the photo there. Divide and Conquer, that's mostly a guide dang it mission. Sammy marches on. I am so, like, I can't believe I perfect scored all 3 of the Sonya missions. Those are generally considered some of the hardest. Sonya's goal, on hard mode, that's very much a thing, but on normal, that actually took me a little longer. Captain Drake Sammy. Yeah, that one also was a mission that I was worried about, and I did that pretty well. Naval Clash, that may have given me the most trouble of any mission, so I'm kind of glad that I succeeded that time. Wings of Victory, oh boy, that one, yeah. So it says 10 days here. My actual, like, recorded one was 8 days. My best record took 10 days and got a slightly higher technique score, but I decided to use the footage of, the first one. Oh, by the way, yeah, Battle Mystery. Lol, Andy ×2. I cannot believe Eagle helped me finish that. Oh, hey, I finished both Enigma and the final battle in the same amount of days. Oh, yeah, 16 days, so not 17. Yeah, I could have done the final battle better. Definitely could have done it better, but still, it is an S rank. And that is the end of Advance Wars 1's campaign. Or is it? You see, I've been spoiled that Reboot Camp does let you go back and play the other route splits. So what I'll be doing after this is I will be playing the route splits. Oh, this music's pretty nice. I'll be playing through all of those because after you complete all of them, every mission, then you get that promised sparring match between Eagle and Andy, which I like to think is just done as a simulation, or as like one of those war games that a lot of allied nations in the real world do. Like, even though the animations don't reflect it, to me, Rivals was always a training exercise. And yeah, what a training exercise it is, because Eagle's just like, okay, hey there, Green Earth Trading Forces, I'm gonna stack this ridiculously in our favor, so let's have fun. Rivals in this game is unlocked by completing every other mission, including route splits. It kinda acts like the Grandmaster Galaxy in Super Mario Galaxy 2 being the final ultimate challenge for... those who've mastered the rest of the game, and it's very much deserved because Rivals is generally considered to be not only the hardest mission in any Advance Wars game, but possibly one of the hardest maps ever created for a strategy game. I'm not exaggerating. It is generally considered that bad, especially on hard mode, and I'm kind of wondering, it says the difficulty can be changed at any time. If I buy hard mode from Hachi's shop, I wonder if I'll be able to do my first attempt of Rivals actually on hard mode. Because hard mode Rivals, it's annoying that the Switch does that, because that always happens during credits when you're not touching a controller. Oh yeah, Christina V. Valentula, yeah. She's also the voice of Nell. Kind of makes sense that, oh, Griffin Burns was in this. Okay, yep, Aaron Hansen's definitely in this. Joe Zija. Oh, French voice credits, okay. Sadly, there aren't going to be Japanese voice credits. Italian voice credits, that's cool. But, yeah, again, Rivals on hard mode has Fog of War. And Eagle has an enormous starting army. It's, again, it is definitely considered, like, the hardest. I think the S-rank turn limit is, like, 25 or something insane. Of course, Advance Wars 2 has a couple of S-rank turn limits in the 30s. Okay, story adaptation, that's kind of cool. I will say, I do really like that ending cutscene. It's a little unsatisfying that we've got a Sturm hologram, but let's just say things will be a lot more satisfying when we defeat Sturm in Black Hole Rising. But Yeah, that was a cool animation. It does kind of make me want to see an Advance Wars anime. Like, I love the fact that actually storming the HQ is, like, really, like, depicted in the actual... Hey, intelligent systems, great, yeah. It's kind of a shame that a lot of people forget that the Advance Wars games were intelligent systems these days, because, yeah, they were made by them, and, like, I think the Game Boy Wars games were developed by Hudson Soft, which went on to make Mario Party, which is weird, but, like, the GBA Advance Wars games, definitely all done by Intelligent Systems, so, I hope more people check this out, because if you like Fire Emblem, well, yeah, there might be more of what you love here, in terms of strategy, and here's one thing that I wanted to end with. They said in the first trailer, thrilling stories, memorable characters, and at first I was like, eh? Because, like, Advance Wars compared to Fire Emblem isn't really known for story and not so much for characters, and Intelligent Systems used to say that they didn't want to make another Advance Wars game because they didn't think they'd be able to make the characters, like, as memorable as Fire Emblem. But I think this game really succeeded. And it did that not through including, like, a waifu or support system, but through simply voice acting, animation, and just the sheer amount of personality they put into the themes, and again, those animations, those power activations. I really love these characters even more than I did when I was a kid. So I think it just goes to show that you don't need a bonding or a waifu system to have memorable characters. And like I said, that is where I am going to end things. This is Big Clinky signing off. Everyone, dismissed.